Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys, we're going to be doing a little breakdown of Aaron Rodgers' saga that is continuing on here. And we're going to just kind of give a little prediction on where we think Aaron Rodgers is going to play next season, you guys. Obviously, we're big Green Bay Packers fans here on the channel. So we're hoping he goes back to Green Bay for another season or two, give us another crack at the can for the Super Bowl run. We'll have to see what happens, you guys. It's been kind of quiet on that front lately. Obviously, there's been some news breaking that the Packers are in contract conversations with Aaron Rodgers' agents, trying to make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. I'm not too sure if that's 100% accurate news or not. It's tough to believe anything from the mainstream media nowadays, so who knows what's actually going on behind the scenes. It should be interesting to say the least. We got the new league year starting up next week, I believe on the 16th of March. Back at the end of the year there when we lost to San Francisco, I know Aaron Rodgers had mentioned that he wants to have a decision made before the new league year because he doesn't want to hold teams up. So we're getting very close, you guys. We only got a week left around there until the new league year, like I was saying. So I would expect some big time news to be dropping either this week or very early next week with a decision from Aaron Rodgers, whether he's going to stay with the Packers or if he's going to head over to a place like Denver or the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're just going to break down the top three teams that I think that he's going to have the opportunity to play for next season. Obviously, the first one being the Green Bay Packers, you guys. Right, real quick before we start breaking down the scenarios here, if you can go ahead and like this video, if you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future, I've been getting some good support lately from you guys, and I greatly appreciate it, man. We haven't been pumping out as much content as we'd like as of late. Been a little bit busy working out of town and things like that. But we're going to have some time coming up here in the near future, you guys, so we're going to keep getting those videos out for you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down why I think the Packers got a very good chance on getting Aaron Rodgers back here. They've already made some good cap space. Obviously, I think they're still around $30 million over the cap, but they've cut almost $20 million off of their cap hit already this year with restructuring Kenny Clark's contract as well as Aaron Jones' contract. There's some other contracts that can be restructured. There's some guys that can be released as well, depending on what Aaron Rodgers decides to do here. I expect a lot of contract restructuring if he does re-sign, because he's probably going to want to keep this team intact as much as possible to give us the best opportunity to go for another Super Bowl run here, or to get on a Super Bowl run, I should say. Haven't made it there yet. In the last couple seasons, been a little bit disappointing. But I definitely could see the Packers getting this guy back for sure. Like I said, they've already made up some cap space. They're going to have to create a lot more cap space here over the next week. And that's one of the reasons I do think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to come out with an announcement this week sometime, just because, it's going to take a few days for this Packers organization to be able to cut some of the cap space and just create some of the cap space to be able to re-sign Aaron Rodgers, as well as most likely either franchise tag or try and get Devontae Adams back in the building on a long-term deal. So those are going to be two key pivotal factors that the Packers are going to have to deal with, as soon as Aaron Rodgers makes his decision. Another big reason I think he may stay with the Packers, you guys, is they hired Tom Clements, his old quarterback coach. This was a quarterback coach he had when he first came into the league. He was the quarterback coach for the Packers when we won the Super Bowl in 2010. And when Aaron Rodgers won his first MVP in 2011 there. So he's got a good relationship with Aaron Rodgers already. Aaron had talked about how much he likes this guy and how much he contributed to Aaron being the quarterback that he is today. So I think it's a big time hiring, definitely a step in the right direction as well if you want to keep him going. Obviously they mended their relationship, the Packers and Aaron Rodgers did, over last offseason and throughout this year, just keeping that open line of communication, which has been huge for both sides. So it's going to be interesting to see what he decides. I'm really hoping that he stays with the Packers. I think there's a good opportunity, like I said, with them going out and getting Tom Clements. And that communication factor has been there a lot better. And the Packers are already trying to make some big time moves, restructuring contracts, just trying to free up that cap space. So I think the odds are in our favor as Packers fans to have this guy back for a couple more seasons. But if not, I think probably the second best option for this guy is going to be Denver. Obviously, Nathaniel Hackett is the new head coach over there in Denver, was the offensive coordinator the last couple seasons for the Green Bay Packers. Most famously known for the Gold Zone. Just a hilarious dude, a guy that brings a lot of energy to that offensive room. I think he's going to do a good job over in Denver there. I think he's going to have a good chance, too, of stealing Aaron Rodgers away. Obviously, him and Aaron Rodgers built a good relationship over the last couple of seasons, playing for Hackett as the offensive coordinator there. Denver also has a really good defense already, so that could be another thing that sways Aaron Rodgers. And they do have a good receiving core as well with the likes of Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton as well. Javonte Williams at running back for them as well had a nice season. I think it was his rookie season last year, so he's primed up for a big-time breakout year in his second season in the league. Their offensive line isn't too bad either. So Denver's not a bad option at all for A-Rod if he does decide to go there. The only thing you got to watch with that is obviously it's going to be a trade. So it'd be very interesting to see what they would have to give up for Aaron Rodgers. If I'm the Packers, I'm taking one of their receivers for sure because Devontae's probably not going to be re-signing if Aaron does go there. So I'm taking either Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy in return. Maybe you can even get a sign and trade done if Aaron Rodgers wants to go there where you sign Devontae and then end up trading him to the Broncos with him kind of as a package deal. So then you'd get like a Jerry Jeudy in return. Maybe you can take a Patrick Surtain off the back end or a Justin Simmons, the top end safety that they have. Snag one of those guys as well as probably 2 to 3 first round picks. Maybe even a second rounder thrown in there on top of the 2 to 3 first rounders as well as those couple of players. It's going to be a pretty big deal for Denver Broncos that they're going to need to make to be able to snag Aaron Rodgers. So like I said, they're going to have to give up a lot of draft capital as well as probably a couple top-end players that they have on their squad as of right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they're able to make a play here if Aaron Rodgers wants to go there. I'm leaning towards that he wants to stay with the Packers right now, but Denver would be a good fit for him if he does decide to go somewhere. Like I said, they pretty much got a championship caliber team already built. They just really been missing that quarterback over the last few years. And you've seen what Peyton Manning did when he went in there. Within a few years, they were able to get to the Super Bowl, and obviously winning that Super Bowl in his last season before he retired. So Denver definitely wants to get back to that promised land. Be a good option for them if they can snag Aaron Rodgers. And then the last team, you guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers is what I have on here, and it's a very similar situation to the Denver Broncos. Got a great defense, probably a better defense than Denver, to be honest with you. They got a good solid receiving core as well. They got that stud of a running back, Najee Harris, going into his second season. Definitely got to do some work on the offensive line if they're going to want to snag A-Rod. Their offensive line was in shambles last season. That's got to get fixed up for sure. But obviously another big factor contributing to the possibility of Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers is Mike Tomlin as the head coach. Obviously there was that little clip in the middle of the season when we played the Steelers of Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin on the sideline cracking a smile at each other when Aaron Rodgers was trying to draw too many men on the field penalty. But Tomlin was heady enough to get his 12th guy off the field quick enough with the substitution change that they didn't end up calling the penalty on him there. So him and he likes Tomlin and Tomlin likes him. So there's that possibility that they want to get together and try and make something happen here. But once again, like I said, you guys, you'd have to give up quite a bit of capital, whether it be through the draft or as well as giving up some top end talent on your team. I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers asked for a big time wide receiver from them, like a Chase Claypool or Deontay Washington as well would be a possibility. You take somebody big time off of their defense as well, maybe a Minkah Fitzpatrick, or you take someone off of their defensive front just to bolster our defensive line. So there's a few possibilities there. It's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out, you guys. Like I said, my personal prediction here, I got a feeling Aaron Rodgers is staying with the Packers just with the moves that have been made, getting Tom Clements back in the building. Obviously they've kind of mended that relationship with Aaron Rodgers, keeping him involved in the conversation. I believe they had him involved in the conversation when they brought Tom Clements back into the building as well. And all these reports of wanting Aaron Rodgers to be the highest paid quarterback and that he wants to have over $50 million a year and this and that. I think those are bogus reports in my opinion. I don't think the dude really cares too much about the money. I think it's more about the personnel around him and making sure that he's still got his guys that he wants on the squad ready and available. Guys like Devontae Adams, guys like Randall Cobb, Big Dog Mercedes Lewis, just a few key guys like that I think that he's going to want the Packers to keep. And I think if they'll kind of work with him and keep some of those guys, maybe pick up another big time wide receiver if we can somehow make enough cap space, that would be huge as well. Looks like Amari Cooper might be on the market here if he does get released from Dallas. That would be a major big time pickup for us. So there'll be some options out there. Juju, I think, done his contract as well. He'd be a great number 2 with the Packers. So there's definitely going to be some moves to be made, but my prediction, you guys, is that Aaron Rodgers will stay with the Green Bay Packers this season. That pretty well wraps it up for this video. Just want to come out, give you my 2 cents on the situation. It's going to be an interesting week here. Just kind of sitting back, hanging tight, waiting for the news. Would love your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Green Bay Packer next season? And if not, you guys, which team do you think he's going to end up playing for? Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. Once again, you guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and every video on my channel means a lot to me, man. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching, man, and this is Mizzy with Mizzy Sports Channel.